Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to the Dear Love Podcast. You can catch us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Listen Notes, Google Music, Podbean, all that good stuff. You already know how this go. Let's get right into it. So, for the first time since, remember I talked about those machines for McDonald's? I finally went into a McDonald's and I actually played with one of the machines. You know, it's a real big screen and you decide like how you want to order. You slide and move stuff around. And I am convinced that the robots are taking over. I mean, so now you can just sit down. I didn't know you order it and then like they bring the food to you. So I was like, man, it's amazing how much money can be made and like you could buy so many different things to just make more money investing. I don't mind spending 50K on this machine because it's going to bring in 100K. But we want right now money, so it always throws off everything because everybody wants to get paid right this second. And I really sat back and thought about that like, man, can you imagine? Because I seen the McDonald's movie. Well, I forgot exactly what it's called, but the guy who basically took over McDonald's, he started off as I think he was a milkman or something, or he was selling like shake machines or something, but ended up coming up with the concept of how things should be based off of the two guys that he met, which was, I believe, the original owners of McDonald's, and he made it work for him. It's kind of messed up how he stole the company, but again, just investing so much, just invest. We so scared to do that. We are so scared to invest, and we so scared to invest that we won't even do it in ourselves. It's a shame that you won't even put $10 into something that you believe in. That's scary. So if you won't put $10 into what you believe in, who's going to rock with you? Dear Love, episode 59. It's this Subway that I go to all the time. I spend so much money. You ever notice like when you spend so much money somewhere, you grow a relationship with the person? They kind of respect you more. A lot of people respect you more when you come to their place of business, whether they're the owner or not, or they're just the manager there, and you spend money. And not just some money, you spend a lot of money. So I got real cool with this guy, and he was looking to sell the Subway. So, you know, me and him was talking. He said, well, for you, I'll sell it for, I believe he said like $20,000, which again is a whole lot of money, but in the reality of things, it's not. You know, you could go to the bank with a certain amount and try to get a loan or something, you know, but long story short, he's selling it and he said, well, you know, for 20,000. Now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I already run a store. So this would be like owning something. And a lot of us are scared to own. So I was like, man, this would be a great idea. But again, when you talking about stuff like that, you always find people like partnering together, going in together. So not one person is investing so much money. Either they don't have it all or they just don't want to invest that much. So they go in with partners. Cool, right? So I asked a couple people, hey, would you be interested? You know, would you want to invest into this? And they kind of looked at me like I was crazy. Like, no. That was one person. And then it was a place for rent that I seen. And I believe they wanted maybe 7 or 8 a month, but it was like a restaurant I was thinking about opening. And that was another spot. I said, well, hey, are you guys willing to invest? And they said no. And I thought to myself, it's kind of scary, man. Like, why are we conditioned that way? I really believe that we're conditioned and we're designed to fail. I mean, if you really think about it, we're so scared to own things because we've never owned things. And I know this is usually not something I really press on, but I just really got to get it off my chest. Like, why are we so scared to own? You know, why are we designed to fail? We got to break the cycle. And you hear me say it all the time. The easiest way to break the cycle is to just stay focused and believe in yourself and believe in your team and believe in the power of the dollar. So when you do get these ideas, or when you do get these things that come up where you can potentially own something, because again, we always pay on stuff so much and it's not ours. I pay rent. I'm sure you pay rent. Some of you may own, your home, but how much rent do you pay a year? Let's not even talk about a month. How much rent do you pay a year? Think about that. It's a big number, isn't it? Now imagine if you owned that spot. Yeah, you'll still have to pay your property taxes and things like that. But remember, if you own it, you can actually rent it out and make money off of it. And then you can go into business and work for yourself. That's why you see so many going into the real estate business and stuff like that. It's so much money that we leave on the table every day because we're scared or because we're not used to something. I suffer from that too. It's jobs that offer way more money than where I work. Now, it's not always about the money, but at the same time, you can't be afraid to take that leap. So I really think that we are scared to be great, and we're designed to fail. You hear me say it on numerous occasions because I really can't understand for the life of me why 3 people, I'll even say 4 people, why 4 people can't get together with their income tax money and invest in something. So think about that. I'm not asking you to take your check you get every 2 weeks or your check that you get every week and take from that because you live with that money. That's great. All I'm saying is the money that you get from your income tax that you really, I'm not going to say don't need, but the money that you don't have, I look at it as extra because again, you work, you get paid every 2 weeks or like I said, every week, and you do what you got to do with those checks. So then when you get this big lump sum of money, we act like we've never had a check before. Why not get with some people and invest that money so you can get something else? Put it this way. Can you imagine, let's say you got $8,000, right? Let's just say you got 8 bands and you took 4 and you put 4 into the bank, right? So a year goes by. Let's say you get another 8. You got 12 grand now. And that's just in the bank, right? That like money you don't even have to mess with. Sometimes you got to look at a 2-year plan, a 3-year plan. You could say, okay, hey, I'm 30. Like I'm 30 years old. So if I had that type of money, I could say by the time I'm 33, I'll have $20,000 in the bank just off of income tax money. Not to mention if I take my check and put up a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there, just off of income tax money. I can go to a bank with 20 cash. You hear me? 20,000 cash and get a loan. You'll be able to do that. I mean, money make money. So now you can go into business for yourself. Yeah, you start off working for yourself. A great example is kind of similar in the sense is 50 Cent. So when you get your record deals, you sign on the dotted line. how much you owe and all of that, right? So he owed at first, but when he made so much money, he was able to basically buy out of his contract and start his own label because he had made so much money. So then now he's working for himself. He's signing his own check. And that's why we are designed to fail, because instead of taking that route and winning, we rather do stuff right now. So again, it's a broken record talking about stuff that people do with income tax. So we're not even going to get into that because you already know. I mean, prime example, prices of cars shoot up an extra $1,000 because we see you coming. Isn't that crazy? When we know you're going to come here, Walmart shoot the prices of their TVs up because we see you coming. We're designed to fail. We're products of our environment. You know, we another statistic. Instead of sitting back, you ever wonder why the person who doesn't spend theirs, they sit back and you, let's say months go down the line and you be like, man, this person doing this and making moves and doing that. It's called investing, man. Invest in that stuff. You don't have to spend all your money as soon as you get it. And again, we work every day and we work and get a paycheck, but then we run through this little money in a month and then we have nothing to show for it. And that's why I really press the issue, this podcast, that we really need to wake up while we still have time. You won't have to work a job. I'm telling you, it doesn't take a lot of money. I mean, you can invest anything, but it doesn't take a lot of money to become your own boss. It just takes the right decisions. Hell, you might get $7,000, invest in something and become rich. And again, it's not going to happen overnight. So it is a battle. But again, what are we doing anyway other than spending it on food and clothes? It's just like shoes. You know, one year I bought a whole bunch of shoes, you know, Jordans and different things like that. And it's kind of funny because then the next year, let's say you keep them clean, you keep them fresh, the next year them same shoes coming out because we're designed to fail. Hey, everybody come buy these Jordans that's going to come out next year. And then they came out last year also. But again, we got to have it. So now we're wearing it because that's what society wants us to do. We got to wear it right now. We got to have the outfit right now. And then we mess the shoes up. And now we love those shoes so much. When they come back around, we buy them again. We're designed to fail. When you could have just kept those clean, and now you got 2 years out of them. Just a thought. And again, that's just dealing with shoes. Or hell, you ain't even got to wear them. Let's just say you sell them at the same time that the other ones came out. And now you can tell people, hey, I got them a week early. Now you can triple the price because you know somebody going to pay for it. Designed to fail. Dear Love T. Shaw, I'm out of here.